good, everybody? It's your boy Gray Scott, and we live. Purple Mango is back and ready to attack. I'm not giving no fucks this time around, and I'm doing this show mainly by myself. I used to have some partners, but not no more. The King Dingaling is one-man team, and I'm not giving a fuck no more. And I want to really talk about just raw content, you know, and it's all my opinions. It ain't facts. So, look, I'm getting texts as I'm talking to you guys. It's all opinions. It's not facts. And one thing that's been on my mind I want to ramble about is the real and the unreal, and how you do need mystique to create not an illusion, but to create the reality you want, because you have to almost paint a picture of a false reality to get a real reality. So meaning that Lady Gaga said a dope quote. She said, "I'm telling you lies in a vicious effort that you will repeat my lie over and over until it becomes reality." Now, I think to a large extent, many of us do this in our own forms and forums. So if we look at this example, right? I'm going to play this clip from Vice, and I want you to take a listen to how Shane Smith, one of the founders of Vice, said how he got the funding to make Vice Media what it's worth today, which is $3 billion.
So in 1998, when we came down to the States...
Yeah, why'd you move to the States?
Well, so we were interviewed by a newspaper. We made up this story that Larry Flint was going to buy us.
Uh-huh.
And there was someone else, Conrad, and then this guy named Richard Shawinski, who was like the richest guy in Montreal. Richard Shawinski read it in the newspaper, and he called us and he said, "Who are you fucking guys?" So we went to lunch at his restaurant, and someone came in saying, "Shane's hungover or something." And he goes, "Oh, you drink?" I said, "Oh, I can drink." He goes, "Okay, drink that bottle of whiskey." And I drank half the bottle of Jack Daniels, and then had to sit there at lunch and negotiate with him. And so he's like, we talked to him for the lunch, and he goes, "It's a Friday." And he goes, "Okay, I want to see you guys Monday. I want to be your partner." So we went away on the weekend, and we didn't know how to value a company. We didn't know anything. And we have the paper somewhere. It's called The Price of Vice, and it's got doodles all over it. And it was basically, we're so stupid. It was like, there's three of us, right? Yeah. The fourth partner to come in at the equal share is $1 million. So that valued it at $4 million, and we would get $1 million. Because it was worth nothing. It was worth, whatever. So he looked at it, he said, "That's a lot of money." He signed it, I don't know why. He signed it, and we just got whisked off, and all his minions gave us money, and they gave us 50 grand each just to hold us over until we got all the rest of the money. And we didn't know what to do. I remember running in circles outside, screaming at the top of my lungs. And so, because none of us had ever had any money.
Now, I want you to even listen to Reddit. The co-founder of Reddit, how he explains how he fabricated and added the little lies to make this company what it is today.
When Reddit wasn't working, we just pretended it was, and we pretended to the world that it was. We submitted a lot of the content. Most of the content on Reddit was fake for the first few months. And
unpack that for a minute, because when people hear that, it's an incredible admission from somebody as successful as yourself. Explain exactly what faked means.
Okay, so it was real content, right? But it all came from Alexis and I. Alexis was my co-founder. So we knew, like, intuitively, and also from Paul Graham, who was our first investor, that websites, especially websites like ours, they should feel alive. It's a community, it's a living thing. You want to feel like you're a part of something. And so it was never acceptable that the front page be empty, or as I'd say at the time, the front page would dry up, because we wouldn't allow links that were more than 24 hours old. So over the course of the day, links would just disappear if you didn't keep filling it up. So we had all sorts of tools for scraping all these new sites and our competitor sites, and then allowing Alexis and I to easily make up a username and then submit the whole thing as a new user. And if that account already existed, it would automatically log us in as that account and submit it. It was like this very complicated web of lies.
Now, when you hear things like that, you might think it's vicious. You could think whatever you want to think, but I'm showing you that here's $2 billion companies that are doing it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Ashley Madison existed for a reason. It's because it's showing us that human nature is not attracted to reality. It's only attracted to fantasy. And if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't be where we're at now in life. So I want you to listen to even Ice-T as he's talking about how he sold this guy a dream to help him start his music career.
I was at the top. I couldn't really get no farther. I had all the, you know, the medallions, the jewels, the shit. And then basically I was like, I got shot twice. I was like, look, you know, and then that rap thing game, it was like, yo, you got action at doing this. You know, my idol's Iceberg Slim. I'm named myself after him. If I'm gonna sit up and break a bitch down and have her doing anything, I could sit in front of this white man and break him down the exact same way. It ain't no difference, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no pussy. I never want a pussy from a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm finna play this motherfucker. I'm really finna see how far I can take this shit. And I've been doing it ever since. I can't act. I really can't act. I ain't no rapper. I got it's all game. Ain't nobody. I'm just working these niggas and then the funny thing is when I get out here and I deal with different individuals, they say, well, Ice, you know, you ain't. I'm like, nigga, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. That's not a problem. If I could still do it better now than ever. I could knock 95% of any niggas bitches. I know I can do the shit. It's not a problem, man. But it's like that was a new adventure for me to get over here. And real niggas can see it. They say, this nigga's playing. But this fool, he said, let me hear some of the records. I said, no. You either believe I got good records or you don't. If you don't believe I got them, let me leave. If you believe, give me the shit. I said, it's just like this. If I'm selling you hand grenades in an alley, I said, I'm not gonna let you throw my hand grenades. You either believe I got good hand grenades or you don't. If you believe I got good hand grenades, give me the money. And if I let you throw one, who's to say that's not the only one that's good in the case? You know what I'm saying? You can't pick. You either believe these is real or not, or let me go. So the man looked at me and said, you got a lot of business sense. Have you ever been to business school? I said, no, but I sold hand grenades before. And he wrote me a check for $500,000. Now, who got pimped? I ain't had a record. I didn't have a group. I ain't have nothing, just nothing. But walking in there with this intense attitude. So what I did after I got the money, I had to go find me some motherfucking records. But see, I told them on national TV, I said, look, when I'm on Warner Brothers, I was being pimped. That's it. They the label. When you sign a record deal, they say, look, I like you. You finna make me some money. Record, singer, whatever the fuck you do. I'm gonna give you this money. Basically, what they doing is giving me some clothes so I can get out on the track, right? It's the exact same game. They gonna work me till I'm burnt out, busted to dead. And as soon as I can't sell a record, they sending me back to the curb. Ain't no love. The biggest mistake any hoe is believing the pimp really loves them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling these artists, I'm saying, yo, they don't love you. They just love the money you capable of bringing in. So I work for a label. I'm a hoe, but I'm a good hoe because I know what I am.
That's right.
Now, my objective was to get to the point where I could pimp myself. And that's what I do now.
So after hearing that, I want you to understand that you might have to take a different approach to doing business. You might have to take a different approach to finding love and being in love, you know. It is nothing wrong with manipulating things because we all are manipulators on some level. I don't care what anybody says. When a female wears a bra, she is manipulating her breasts because her breasts might not sag that perfect. You know, like, let's be real. When you wear makeup, that is some form of manipulation. Sometimes the pictures we post online is not what we really look like offline. You know, we all are guilty of that form of manipulation, or posting up in some house or next to a car and acting like, yeah, I'm really doing big things when I'm not. It's nothing wrong. I mean, sometimes they say fake it till you make it, right? And that's what you got to do. So what I'm trying to express is that if everything was the truth, there'll be no freedom. You couldn't do anything. And if you don't believe me, I'll let KRS One break it down better than I can.
The way government operates, or the way the manipulation of reality, is not wrong or bad. Here's the reality we live in. If everything was the truth, if everything was the truth, you'd have no freedom. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't do nothing. You like breathing air is the truth. That is the law. Yeah. Break that law, and you're no longer in this dimension. Okay. To be in this dimension, gravity is a truth. Breathing air is a truth. Speaking and you comprehending is a truth. Now imagine if you could go outside of what other people believe truth is. They told you at gunpoint Truth is this book, The Art of Deception. That these symbols, this T, this H, this E, this A, these symbols are saying the art of deception. But if you could look past these symbols and make these symbols respond according to your perception of them, you're free. If all we do is look at the symbols that these people offer to us, words, numbers, laws, this, that, and the other, and we start to look, we say reality is based on the symbol. Reality is based on this. Now, here's what I was getting to. If everything we do is real, okay, and is the truth, then we can't make nothing up. And this is why the American society is one of the greatest societies on earth. Here's why. Because it's all a lie. Other societies live by truth. You steal something, we cut your hand off.
Cut your hand off.
You rape somebody, we raping you. Truth. What you do to others, you getting it for yourself. Truth.
Wow.
America says no, truth is not here.
It's not here.
No truth is here. This is called deception. We're going to make up a reality that's not truth. It's based on truth. You can find it in all these books if you really want to know. But for everyday people, you're going to live in a matrix. You're going to live in a made-up illusion. And the reason for this is so that you can become more than what you truthfully are.
Wow.
In real life, you ain't nobody.
In the Matrix, you can be anything.
But in the Matrix, you can be anybody. You can do anything. And this is what makes America great. This is what makes this country great. When you understand the lie, it reveals the truth.
Wow.
It's so evil. Understand the lie. The lie. See, most people are looking for the truth. No, you don't want the truth.
No, they really don't.
You don't want the truth. The truth is the lion eating the deer, or the zebra, or some alligator leaping out of the swamp and biting your leg off, or eating your kid. Like, imagine your little kid, you walking through the woods and something just come and snatch him and eat him, run up in the tree and eat him.
Wow.
Like, that's the truth. Like, that's the truth. You don't want the truth.
No.
What you want is a nice street with concrete, no stray animals around. The pigeons are chosen for you. The bugs that you're pushing off are chosen to be there. The trees, the buildings, the color of the buildings, everything is set up. It is not real. It is a prop. Now, once you understand that, now you start to say in that prop, I'm whatever it is I want to be. I say I'm hip hop. In this made up fantasy, I'm going to be hip hop.
I'm going in deep, Chris.
That's what I'm going to be.
I'm hip hop too.
In this made up thing, that's what I'm going to be. And this is what it's become. This is what it's become. Imagine the term hip hop is our term. We create reality with that. Like reality. Like imagine
It's not about a salary. It's all about reality.
What money do you need if you understand the reality that money is in? Money is not real in and of itself. We all know the story there. The whole banking system is trust.
Well, most people don't know the real story, to tell you the truth. In the Matrix.
We'll see, and this is the thing, and I'm not going to speak too much because on this subject, because I'm also giving away the game too. And every real seeker of truth knows that certain things you can't say publicly or you shouldn't say because you give up the game. You weaken the game. But in this particular instance, it's important to let people know at least one time, at least just once, okay? Let them know it's all an illusion. It's all made up. And if you understand that for real, you will make yourself whatever it is you want to be in this made up reality. Don't seek the truth other than within yourself. Outside, there's no truth out here. You can forget it. This whole thing is time. Look at all these clocks. How could you have so many clocks on the wall if time is real?
It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. Boston's time is not Oakland's time. Oakland's time is not New York time. LA time is not Miami time. So what's time? Malcolm X put it this way. He had said that to make things, and I'm paraphrasing, to make things more complicated, like, matter of fact, I'll say what he said, actually. He said, the measure of intelligence is how you take something complicated and make it simple.
Yep. Yes, he did.
And, of course, the measure of ignorance is how you take something simple and make it too complicated to understand. Or understand that our very consciousness is what we don't have anymore. It's not that we don't have, we can get it right now if we decide to live the original way we were meant to live. Here's an example. Here's with time, okay? Time is made up by people who have to control nature itself. The world is not the earth. The earth is an actual living being that we live on in the universe. The world is what people do on that being. Time doesn't exist for the earth. Time only exists for the world. What people are doing. Now, we were original earth people. We were a part of the earth. The earth doesn't have time. The earth has seasons. There's no need for that. There's seasons you flow in and out of.
So the controller set up time?
Yes.
Okay.
Time is set up for the control of nature.
So it's like we're playing a game. We're going against the controllers and.
Well, see, once you know the game, you don't want to go against it. Hey, let's lose all of these times.
Okay.
If matter of fact, the fact that you have all of these clocks on the wall actually means that you understand the fallacy of time, the illusion of time. Because you got all of, now imagine a person that is only connected to Los Angeles time. That is their clock. They don't understand no other time. That's the time. Their salaries are connected to that time. They're picking up their kids in school at this time. This is the clock I work on. Now imagine the illusion that they're in. That their whole day is based on this machine. And just 6 hours away, say in Arizona, the machine's different. We are in time. We are in time because we're in society. We've chosen to live in this civilization. So if you choose to live in this civilization, then there's nothing wrong with this civilization's rules. The only problem is when you believe these are the only rules there are, and you have no place else to go. You have no place else to think. You can't maneuver. When their rules fails, you got nowhere else to go. Or when they're trying to impress their rules upon you, you got nowhere else to go. That's where this form of knowledge really comes in. It's not really even to go up against their rules, because the wisest minds on earth created these rules. The people, like, this is an ancient technique this is. Make the world believe that the good is a threat. And this is how the world is kept in control. If you really believed that the world was controlled by evil, manipulating people, there'd be riots in the street tonight.
You know what?
People would not stand for it. But you don't really believe that. What you believe is the people running this is just like me. They just like, they may do a little dirt here and there, but they just like me, basically.
So the moral of this story is that we respond to polarization. We all have a deep desire to be seduced, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And Oscar Wilde said it best. If you want to tell the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you. With that being said, take some keys to power. Listen to John Taffer, because the future of this podcast is everything John Taffer is saying right here. I want to make you think different. Because if I could make you think different, then I can make you act different. So, other than that, have a good day.
I'm going to make a promise to you right now. I promise you, and at the end, when we're sitting in a cocktail party, you'll tell me if I'm right or wrong, that this will be the best 4 professional hours you have ever spent in your life. I promise you that. I promise you that when you leave here, you will never look at a plate of food and think the same thing. You'll never interview an employee the same way. You will never think about a cocktail the same way. You'll never think about advertising the same way. You notice I didn't say you'll do things different. I said you'll think different. You see, people do seminars all over the world, and I've been doing them for 30 years. You'll probably figure out in a few minutes I'm pretty good at it. Other people say to you, don't do this, do that. Don't do that, do this. That's bull. When you say that, you guys go back to your bars and your restaurants and you do the same damn thing that you did before you came here. Those are the statistics. So I'm not here to tell you don't do this, do that, don't do that, do this. I'm here to change the way you think. And if I can change the way you think, I can't help but change what you do, can I? So I'm going to take your brains out of your head, squish them up, and stuff them back in again and change your worlds. That's my goal today. Let me introduce you to the concept of success. Ben Franklin was a pretty smart guy, and I want to start with a quote by him. If you do tomorrow what you did today, you will get tomorrow what you got today. You want to know what that means? The average American makes between 3 and 5% more each year. That's the deal. And in today's economy, I'm not sure we're going to make the 3 to 4 to 5% next year as employees. So it takes you 20 years to double your income in America as an average person. That's the mediocrity that we're stuck in life. And then you meet people who have the uncanny ability to double their income in a year, to get promoted 5 times in a year. The ones that beat the system, the ones that conquer it. You've all seen them, haven't you? The difference between them and the ones that don't do that is that they wake up in the morning and they think differently. They understand that if I do tomorrow what I did today, I'm going to get tomorrow what I got today. You want a bigger car? How about a nice house in Tahiti? Sure, would you love a nice house in the hills? We all want better things, don't we? We all want more friends, more stuff, more money, more security, more travel, more enjoyment. If you do the same thing tomorrow that you did today, you're stuck. Stuck. And it doesn't change. And it grows a little at a time. And you get a taste of success. But it's never fast enough. It never excites you. And when it does, it's a good month, or a good 2 months, or a good 3 months. But it doesn't provide a trajectory that creates success. So the first thing I want you to think about today is I want you to wake up tomorrow and do something different. And understand if you do the same damn thing, you're stuck. Just because you did it a certain way yesterday is no reason to do it that way today. I want it to hit hard. That's not what drives success. You do. You do. And you do. When you go back tomorrow, you'll either start counting guests or you won't.